Welcome to part 3.
Mastering entries for consistent results. Let's bring the process together and execute with greater discipline.
We've been trading, combined together. We've been learning together. Why not build a community and help other people grow? Maybe God is calling you to something bigger. We get into the bread, we get into the bread. Faith and discipline, that's how we're letting Q in it is.
And you're using the 5 levels,
Mm-hmm.
you got to trust your 5-minute levels. I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that you're wrong. So yeah, if you on the 5, trust your 5-minute levels, because you got that hour, that got a lot more motion going to it. So we don't even want to, like, we need 12 of these 5-minute candles. So if we get out the way with 2 candles and it gets us where we need to go, because it can still be heading down, but it may pick up these 420s, pull up a little bit, and then continue headed down.
And just rock that swing 5 minute.
Yep. So if you're using gaps, them your levels: 421, 438, 405, and you got this one down here, it's 400. Same thing, just using them as support till they get closed below. And once this one gets done, we'll take it off because
Order filled.
This will be in play.
I find sometimes, and I know that this is immature and maybe incorrect, but when I see, for instance, where we started, when you were talking about that creation of the, let's say, swing, that's at about, I guess that's the long red candle at about maybe 9:30. I'm trying to look at that visually. It's right there. I look at that, and as I see that coming back up, to me, I think tacos and boats again, and I think I'm looking at that's coming up to kind of complete that. And I know it never makes it all the way to it for certain, but I would have been thinking that I would have wanted to ride that as a buy going up, because it seemed like it was trying to close up that shape. And that's when I would have been trying to take it after maybe that first green candle that came in around 29, 320, a little up between 325, 350, that time frame, to ride some of that up to get some of that action.
Definitely could. And you just basing this strictly off of swings?
Off of the shape. Yeah. The closure, tacos and boats.
Yeah. You can. Because you got a level right there. Got these 2 people right there.
Right.
I know I wasn't straight, but you can use that as a level. And me taking a buy, it would have to be a close above there.
No, I meant the buy going up to close out that shape. That close up, go up to that level.
From down here?
Yeah, I really would have taken it from, I understand that would have been my best bet, but I would have been looking at the fact that when I got to around that 325 mark, I would have seen that it was trying to go back up to close out that shape.
Yeah.
And that's when I would have kind of got in.
Yeah, you could have. You definitely could have. And then we were talking about that, that was the overnight low. That's what I remember, we were talking about them getting swept out right there.
Yes, I remember that.
That would have got you in earlier.
Right.
I see what you're saying. But once
I know we talk about the 1 to 10, and what's this?
Once it gets closed above that overnight low, it never came back.
Right.
Closed below it. It did the same thing here, but then it swept it out right there and then closed back above it.
And kept going.
Yep. And it got been down there yet. Yep. Again. So, yep, if you was playing gaps, you would have been good. 437. You would have been 50 points. And see if this one holds up as resistance somewhere around 490. Somewhere in between that little area. See if it plays some type of resistance. But that'll be how I'll play gaps. So it really just depends on whatever style that you're using or whatever your entry and whatever your strategy is going to determine your entry. So if you got different entries, um, or you got different strategies, they're going to require different entries. That makes sense.
And I think my lack of discipline is coming and trying to use more than one strategy, because when I recognize it, I want to jump to that and try and use it, and I'm not being consistent with the strategy.
Yeah. I always say get you one that you can master, because once you master it and you get to making money, then you can start venturing off from time to time, seeing other strategies and taking other strategies. But if you got your bread and butter that gets you paid, I say stick with it until it's fruitful, and then start looking at other stuff too. Because it'll take you a couple years really to
Okay.
actually start seeing stuff like the way you want to see it, especially if you're not studying these charts 6 7 days a week. It'll take you a couple years to be able to see it game time, because game time is a lot different than playback.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And yeah, once again, the gap players right there, they bounce right off of it. So it all depends on what your entry style is. Anybody got any other entry styles that they got?
They ain't ready for mine.
Yeah, no. No, yours is still being studied. They still got yours at Harvard and the Ivy League schools. They studying that, but they trying to see what makes that one work. Um, and then we got another, like, so if you, this would be an entry, because we got a marriage right there that got closed above. You know, you got a resistance right there. If you taking marriages support resistance zones like that, that's a buy. So it all depends on what your style is to help out with the entry. Me, I just see them, and if it makes sense, if it's other things that go with it as well, then yeah, I'll be all in. But for the most part, I just see my levels and I take them. And I'm liking this on the 4 hour as well too. To get some of my levels. Like that one should have been taken off. But these untouched highs and lows, untouched, that one got touched already. This one down here didn't get touched, and it's been 1 2 3 4, it's been 5 candles and none that's came back and touched it. So 200 would be a definite buy.
And you would execute that on the 4 hour?
No, I'll go to the 5 and get in.
Okay.
But
I
or
just wanted to make sure.
you can place your order right there too. Like you can do it from the 4 hour and just say, hey, look,
Okay. Okay.
I'll put a buy in right there at the 200 something. And once it makes it back, that'll be my entry, because it hasn't got back, nothing has came back to touch it yet. Same thing with this one up here. This one's just fresh, but it's formed. If we get 3 candles and nothing has come back to test it, yeah, that's gonna be a spot. This level right there, you got to close a close below it. And each time that it's came back the last 1 2 3 times so far, well, 2 times definite. This third time looked like it's gonna reject it again, but each time it's made it back up to that level. It's nothing. And these are just untouched, unbroken wicks. They just, yeah, yep, they going. They going. So if you wanted to if you wanted to use higher time frames and you just wanted to mark some different levels, places that ain't been touched, the highs and lows, that one got immediately touched, so that's out the game. But this one here didn't get touched. That would be a nice spot. They already came down and tested that one. A lot of work they got to do is down there at 835. Yeah. Up top, that one ain't been touched either. So they got some room. They got decisions that they need to make. Let me hide this. There we go. They got decisions that they need to make. They already eating up this. Maybe they'll come down here, test this. They done already traded below that level. So they could be headed down there. But then you got a gap start right there in between there that they could be pushing down to.
Vince, if you scroll over to the left, hold on. Okay, I just wanted to see something. That level right over the 800.
Right here. 880.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It could be. And if we just basing them off swings, that one kind of got mangled. Close below, closed above, closed back below, tested, came back above, closed. Maybe they're getting down 27, 200 or somewhere down there. They got the right. If they wanted to close that up, as Miss Jeanette said, if they wanted to boat taco that hoe, I'm just playing, Miss Jeanette. If they wanted to do a boat taco, they,
I love
yeah,
it.
right.
Oh my goodness, hilarious. Vince LB has his hand up.
Hell money. What's up, brother?
Let me stop laughing first. Try on that. Oh. Peace, peace. What's up, y'all? Hey, so on your levels on this right here, are you just doing low and highs, or what are you doing right here where you got your levels marked and not the swings?
In here,
Yeah, that's one of your levels. The red is the solid red is your level. Like, what are you marking? High and lows?
yeah, these are just swings. These are the swings. But inside of that swing, like this
Oh,
one
so
here,
that's still one of your swings,
yeah, yep,
and you got yours set on 3 or 5.
5. Yep, I like
Okay.
5. Yep. So that this area would be that would be an area. I wish I could do it a little bit straighter. Oh, no, that was straight. Don't hate. Don't hate. That was straight as yeah.
Yeah, you did good with that
Yeah,
one. Doc.
yeah.
Good right there. That's pretty
Right,
good.
right, 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 right where that green candle at. That's where you went off a little bit. I'm just playing with you.
Right. Got a little wayward right there. But if we're using that, we're using this swing, 2 things. We got to close above here. It came back and retested, and you'll be surprised. This is the daily chart. So let me. It closed at 078, and it went up almost 200 points. It don't look like a lot just because this is a daily candle, but it did close above it, and then it gave you over 100 points. It's damn near 200 points. So now we just waiting for the close below that level. We got to close below that level right there. Came back and retested, and now it's going down. And this is just basing it off of marking that swing level, graying out that from that opening close to the tip of that wick. And that one would
Okay,
have
so
went.
you doing from the wick to the close, or from the open to the close, vice versa?
Yep, from the wick to the open or the close, either way.
As far as those candles in between, how are you handling that, Vince?
These here,
Those,
1,
yeah,
2, 3, 4,
yeah.
5. It wouldn't have been
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't have been a swing until so this candle right here would have made this a swing. So all these, let's see.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, yep. Them wouldn't have mattered. That one wouldn't have mattered. That one wouldn't have mattered. That one wouldn't have mattered. And that one wouldn't have mattered. Once this one closed, that would have verified this as a swing.
Gotcha.
And then the next candle came and closed above it and did what it needed to do. And then after that, since we got to close above, we already had one action off of it. I'm just waiting for it to close below. So the same thing would be for right here. I would be waiting. I ain't even gonna try to draw that line like that. No, there we go. So I would just be waiting somewhere down here. Like that's how you can start taking trades. Like if you wanted to take one trade a month or one trade a year or something like that, this is how you would set it up. You just go over to that high time frame and you just place that order right there and you just waiting on that. You waiting on that level. You waiting on that level to get back down there to take it. And this is just all based on swings. Hold on, let me get this door real quick. Just a second.
Everybody all right? Y'all so quiet.
All is well. All is well over here.
Okay.
Thinking it all in. Taking it in.
Yep.
You trade your JLB?
No, I traded last night, big bro.
Yeah, okay. How'd you do?
I'm in green and everything. Made my mark. So I did good.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
How you making out over there?
I'm up and down a little bit today.
Okay.
Friday kind of wore me out. Give me some right before I get my mark and then take it away. I've been going back and forth all morning.
Okay.
What's your trade? What's your trade?
Me, I do inventory and I do supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, and and support and resistance.
Oh, okay. You got indicators that they give you supply and demand?
Nah, I like marking my own stuff.
In the level?
Yeah, I like marking my own stuff.
Oh, okay. So
Goddamn Greg people was out there, man. You can't be nice to Roman evangelists. Try to be nice and respect their hustle. Like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, if I die right now, yeah, I'm going there. Yeah.
that's so
Yeah. I'm a little busy though. I don't want you to take up my time. I want to be respectful. Yeah, one more thing. He's like, hey, look, motherfucker, I said.
I'm gonna have
Yes,
Muslim.
on your levels, are you using the wicks and the body, or are you just using the wicks for your level?
For which levels?
Whenever you take a level, do you just use the wick or do you use the body?
If I'm using the level like say for instance, I got a side by side, I got a little marriage, I'm using the body.
Okay.
if I'm doing like a swing or something like that, or finding the lowest point of a candle, like then I'll use the wick.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Just because that wick is the last place that either that buyer or seller was. That body is where they decided to close at. So that wick is the conversation, and then that body is, is the determination of what they decided.
Okay. And they got to be direct side by side, right?
Yeah.
Not, you know how you have a little, sometimes a little bit lower, a little bit, but they be like right there together.
Yeah, like these two. Nope, that wouldn't have worked. That one wouldn't have worked.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So as close to side by side as possible, because that means these people was pushing up, and they should have continued to push up, but they got stopped right there. They didn't push up no higher. They didn't close no higher. So they opened and then went down. So yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So as close to side by side as possible.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Order filled.
All right, man. I'm done, man. Ain't no more questions. I'm gone.
I appreciate you, Vince.
Appreciate you, Vince. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Yeah, appreciate you, Vince.
If y'all have questions or
Vince,
y'all
you're the
having
man,
trouble
bro.
with stuff, man, just
Stop filled.
just let us know. Let me know, and then we'll go over it from